This is me at 150 pounds.
I was like in the best shape of my life, just trying to be skinny. Like mentally, it's really hard. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to update you on my current health and fitness journey. I'm Jess, I love all things fitness, healthy lifestyle, and activewear. If you like those things too, definitely subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. It's free and I'd love to have you. So I just wanted to quickly update you on where I'm at. I can't believe it's been basically a year since lockdown started in the US and so much has changed. So basically when we went into lockdown, I was like in the best shape of my life. I did CrossFit for a couple years and then I switched to going to Barn Boot Camp. So I'd been doing that for a couple years and I had built so much strength and muscle. I had finally achieved some of the fitness goals that I never thought I would achieve. I was able to do unassisted pull-ups and I was able to do 3 in a row, which was crazy. I also finally got down my double unders and I got 50 consecutive double unders. I had just had like such a killer start to 2020 and I felt so strong. I also had tried Tom Brady's TB12 diet. I had a whole video series on that and lost some weight through just finally like cleaning up my diet and eating cleaner foods. And then after that, I started another protocol and lost a little bit more and never had seen my body look that way ever in my life. And I was so strong. It wasn't just like some crazy like deprive myself, starve myself situation. Like I felt so good. I also had started intermittent fasting in the December of 2019 and that continued on. And so that was actually part of the next protocol that I had started in March. And I actually felt really great. Like when everything shut down and people were like drinking and eating chocolate, I had a really solid plan and we were planning our meals and like grocery shopping only once a week because that's all you could do. And I just felt like I was really doing a good job prioritizing my health. When everything was so crazy, I was actually in a pretty decent place, even though mentally, like it was really tough. So I actually like was able to maintain like all throughout the summer. So the lowest I got down to was like 134 and that was like a little too much, but like 137-ish, I'm 5'5" just for reference, but like 137 to 140 was like kind of like my sweet spot where I felt like amazing and it wasn't difficult to maintain just by doing what I was already doing. I had been eating kind of more keto, but I love fruits and stuff like that. And so and ice cream. So I kind of like slowly backed away from the like totally keto style, but I had definitely reduced the amount of carbs I was eating. Like I was a carb fiend before doing the Tom Brady diet and this other thing. Like I was like a carb queen. And so it really helped me to just like not go so crazy. I think like when I was having my biggest struggles like back in the day, it's because I wasn't getting a lot of protein. I wasn't eating a well-balanced diet. Like all I ever wanted to eat was carbs. So I think like I still love carbs, but I'm not like as crazy like I was. So everything was working really, really well. And then, the winter hit and the holidays hit and I started to kind of like go off of the intermittent fasting here and there. And I definitely started gaining weight and I think that's totally normal. Like I gained weight every single winter and then when spring comes and it's nice out, I'm way more active. Like that's like what your body is meant to do. Like I live in a cold climate during the winter. So I know that it's normal, but I think like being on social media now has made me really hyper aware of it because I'm sitting here putting myself out there, doing these clothing try-ons and wondering, like, does somebody notice that my belly hangs over my leggings a little bit, or that I have like maybe a little bit of a roll under my sports bra? Like, I've chosen to put myself here and with you all, so I know that like it comes with the territory, but like mentally it's really hard. And so I think I've gotten myself into like kind of a bad place that I haven't been for a while. The whole past year, like considering everything that was going on, I was actually in a pretty good mental place because I do a lot of things like meditation and journaling and spiritual things. Like I do a lot of things to keep myself like mentally tough. But I think gaining weight and being on social media like I am has kind of like triggered me again into like kind of a bad place again, that I thought I was like over, like I thought I was over all like the body insecurities and like worrying what other people think about me, but putting myself out there the way that I am is like asking for it kind of. So I decided to just completely stop the quote unquote plan that I was on. So a couple things happened recently. It's been like 3 weeks that I've been battling in my mind, like, no, like I'm just gonna go back on plan and it's gonna be awesome and I'm gonna lose the weight. But like, I know inside that I want to build strength and muscle, and the only way to do that is to eat enough food and fuel your body. And like trying to like cut or lose weight right now would definitely mess that up. And like being strong and building muscle is like my number one goal right now. I mean, not to be like a bodybuilder, but just like I lost a lot of strength. Like, yeah, I seriously worked out almost, not every day, but like I kept up with all my workouts, but they weren't the intensity that they would have been if I was at burn. So I lost a ton of strength. I lost a ton of muscle. I didn't have the equipment here. I can't jump in my apartment. Like so many things. I've lost endurance. Like, so I really want to get myself back. And like this summer, I want to like kick butt when we go hiking, you know, like that's really important to me, is to like be physically fit to like do cool things. And I'd rather that than like just trying to be skinny. Like, yeah, I want to look cute in my clothes, but like I can still look cute in my clothes and achieve my strength goals, I think. So a few weeks ago, like this was like the battle in my mind. And then a few things happened. So one thing, at Burn, we have these focus meetings, which are so awesome, where you can talk about your goals, and it could be any goals you want. It doesn't have to be like losing weight or anything. It can be like to get better at push-ups, or it could be like, oh, I want to get to the gym 3 times a week, like any type of goal. And basically I was talking to the trainer and she's like, well, you know how to get to where you were at before. You've done it before, so just do it again. And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, but I'm not doing what I was doing back then. Like trying to eat keto and trying to do intermittent fasting is just completely counterintuitive to what I did before to get myself to where I was at, like when I got as strong as I did. Because I feel like the last year was like definitely a cutting phase. And so I lost a lot of muscle along the way of doing that. And now I am paying the price. So that meeting kind of got in my head of like, crap, what do I do? And then I watched Chris Furlong's video. He was talking about a book, an audiobook. I forget what it was called. But basically he was just like, you just have to decide, just make the decision. And like something about that just clicked in my head because I'd been waffling, but like my gut knows what's right for me is to just eat, like just fuel my body, have those protein shakes after the workout. Like don't worry about the fasting window. Don't worry about the keto thing. Like just fuel my body with foods that feel good. I want food to be fun again. Like food hasn't been fun for a while. Like it was, like, don't get me wrong. I was not doing anything for the past year that I was miserable doing, But I got into this like weird place over the winter, like from holidays and on. I think like not being able to see my family for the holidays, like for Thanksgiving and Christmas, like I think that like kind of messed with me. So I know that what I need to do is just eat and enjoy food, like make healthy recipes that are fun and taste good. That's how I started my YouTube channel. Like that's what I'm about. I'm not about depriving. I'm not about like all that toxic stuff. So I need to just go back to the basics of like making food fun, eating to fuel my body and nourish my body, and like feel really good about it and not feel like freaked out about everything I put in my mouth. And the last thing that kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back is there's this girl, Kenzie B. Fit, I think it is, on Instagram, and I randomly came across one of her reels about like eating carbs and that it's okay. And that just like resonated with me because I'd kind of like had this like carbs are the devil mentality just like in the recent like last couple months, just because I've seen myself gaining weight and I'm like I want to blame it on something, so I'm blaming it on that. But really like the only thing I've done is like eaten more food and enjoyed it. But I didn't fully enjoy it because I was like feeling guilty. And I thought I was over the whole food guilt thing, but clearly I wasn't. So yeah, that was like the straw that broke the camel's back, that I'm like, enough is enough. This is baloney. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. This is not me. I have come so far. Like, I have come so far. You should see, if you want to watch it's called Jessica's Journey. I have a whole video about like my whole health and fitness, everything. If you want to see me cry, check it out. I'll link it below. So that is not me anymore. Like, I finally was just like, I need to listen to my gut. Like, my gut was screaming, stop the madness, just eat, like. So anyway, so that's what I've decided is I'm not gonna track, I'm not gonna do any specific plan. I'm just gonna eat and like fuel my body, and it's gonna feel good because I'm not gonna feel guilty. I'm not gonna worry about gaining weight. I'm not gonna worry about like any of that, because I know that if I fuel my body and I do these awesome workouts that I have the privilege of doing every single day, that I'm gonna grow in strength and I'm gonna get those muscles and I'm gonna get to where I want to get, and it's gonna get warmer out and I'm gonna be more active and I'm gonna eat fresh fruit, and at some point my body's gonna say, oh, we don't need to store this fat for the winter, we can release it now. And it's just gonna happen naturally. It's not gonna be this forced thing. So I just wanted to open up because you might see that I'm working out all the time and I don't really post a lot about my food. And part of that was like the intermittent fasting, like, or like kind of keto style. Like, I don't know, I just didn't want to shove that on anybody because I know that like sometimes makes people feel weird. And I also like would never want to, like, if any of my students watch, like, I don't think anyone in their adolescence should be doing any sort of fasting, so I would never want to promote that, especially to them. So I just like finally wanted to open up because I feel like I haven't shown like my whole, like, everything going on with me, and I want to bring you in. And I feel like now I can, because now I can be more normal and I can have normal food, and I don't know, I just feel like literally like this weight was just lifted and I'm so happy.
This is me at 150 pounds. I am 5'5" for reference. So I definitely am happy that I am starting to put some muscle back on, or I feel like I am. I definitely feel stronger. You know, I can tell that my abs are still in there somewhere. You know, I'm not like upset with how I look. I actually am still happy with myself. I'm not where I want to be, but I know that wintertime, like, it's normal to like just eat more and put on body fat because that's like what your body wants to do. I live in the Northeast, it snows out, and my body says, oh, we need to store fat for the winter. So I know that that's like completely normal. And so I have started Project Summer Bod, but part of that is like eating adequately to put on strength and muscle. And so I'm not really starting any sort of like diet or cutting or anything like that. But this is just kind of like where my body is currently at. And then we'll see as the spring progresses where we go from here.
So if you are someone that like struggles with food, so do I. I always have. But it's okay. Like, you can take control and decide. Just decide that you're gonna eat, you're gonna nourish your body, you're gonna feel good, you're not gonna feel guilt, because it's okay. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope this gave you a little glimpse into where I'm at, and I will update you at some point. I will also just give you a little physique update just so you can see where I'm at. And we'll just see where this takes us. Like, no pressure, no stress. You know, you only have one life to live, and it should be just like the best that you can make it. And stressing about food is not how a life should be lived. So I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Have a great day. Stay positive. Bye.